feeling like I'm Akademiks. Can't ride away.
Rolling 60s Indictment DA. It's not in the DA, it's an AUSA. AUSA. Okay, can we get the AUSA report? I think this is it.
Good morning. I'm Joe McNally, the acting United States Attorney here in...
So if you guys don't know, Bricc Baby Luce Cannon. Yo, I had a really good conversation. Y'all gonna see it tomorrow, chat. I had a really interesting conversation on I showed up to No Jumping. I did the Adam and Wack show. I was there. Wack was there, obviously. Adam was there. Shout out to Traplo Ross was in the building, but also we have Remo and we also had DJ Vlad in the building. Let me tell you this. I had some ethical and dilemma questions that I had to ask to Adam, but also ask to other people, including Wack, who were there as well. Here's the question I had to Adam. By the way, do I in any shape or form blame the arrest of Big U and Luce Cannon, Bricc Baby, and among others on any of these guys? No. But I do believe that that platform, as could be seen in the indictment, is the place where corroborations are being had. Except, here's the problem. No Jumper is building, it's built its entire backbone these days around gang stories. So I asked Adam, because I knew for me, if it said someone got indicted based on shit we do all the time, we'd probably stop doing it, especially if it's our mans. Bricc Baby was Adam's mans. I've heard many stories of Adam going out in the town and Bricc Baby holding him down. Bricc Baby was a guy who was really respected by Adam. Essentially, not all, but some of the stuff that Bricc Baby went down by was by content on No Jumper. He wasn't charged with content, but it was definitely looked at as corroboration. We'll get to the whole Big U thing, but let me play a little bit of what the attorney, the assistant attorney, the assistant U.S. attorney said about this case, and then we'll get into it because we got the whole documents.
Los Angeles to further his own criminal enterprise. Henley Jr.
Now, Henley, I'll just let it play it in full.
Announced federal criminal charges against Eugene Henley Jr., a career criminal known as Big U, who used his contacts and leadership role in the Crips criminal street gang, the entertainment industry, and a youth charity to further his own criminal enterprise. An enterprise that engaged in murder, extortion, robbery, human trafficking, COVID fraud, and other felonies. Mr. Henley and several other individuals linked to him and his criminal enterprise were charged in a criminal complaint with federal racketeering conspiracy. Mr. Henley is a fugitive and he is currently wanted by federal law enforcement. Other individuals linked to his criminal enterprise were arrested today, approximately 10 defendants who are charged in various indictments. Again, Mr. Henley is a fugitive. 4 defendants are in state custody and will be transferred into federal custody, and we are still seeking Mr. Henley and another fugitive. The Department of Justice's top priority is eliminating violent crime caused by criminal street gangs and organized crime. These organizations cause a tremendous amount of harm in our communities. And today's arrests are part...
Okay, he's yapping. Let's get to some details.
Defendants are presumed innocent until proven otherwise. Let me talk a little bit about Mr. Henley and the street gang here. As I said, Mr. Henley is a widely known leader within the rolling 60s. He rose to prominence in that gang decades ago, and he has since been a fixture on the internet, talk shows, and podcasts, all things that law enforcement have looked at closely as part of this investigation. He has maintained the image of an entertainment industry entrepreneur running a music label and of somebody who gets
okay, let's just run that part back again.
Closely as part of this investigation.
Hold on.
He is in the early 60s. He rose to prominence in that gang decades ago, and he has since been a fixture on the internet, talk shows, and podcasts, all things that law enforcement have looked at closely as part of this investigation. He has maintained the image of an entertainment industry entrepreneur running a music label and of somebody who gives back to the community here in Los Angeles, funding a South LA-based charity, developing options, which purports to help at youth risk escape gang life and escape the perils of gangs in high crime areas. The facts alleged in the complaint paint a very different picture. It is one of a murderer, a thief, a liar, and a cheat, and the criminals that enabled him. For example, Mr. Henley engaged in a murder of a musician signed to his label in 2021 and dumped the victim's body in Las Vegas off of the I-15 freeway. He then attempted to evade and obstruct the investigation into the murder, including ordering witnesses not to speak with law enforcement. Henley's criminal enterprise also engaged in other crimes, including transporting prostitutes across state lines, extorting strip clubs, marijuana dispensaries, and other businesses, and fraudulently applying for COVID loans in the form of a business relief loan. On that application, Mr. Henley falsely stated that his music label, Unique Music, operated at a $200,000 profit in 2019 and was entitled to government assistance, despite the reality that the company had operated at a loss and was ineligible for such relief. Finally, Mr. Henley is accused of embezzling donations made by celebrities, professional athletes, and businesses to his charity, developing options.
Okay. All right. Now this is the meat and potatoes. Y'all come here for this, okay? Let me break it all down. So let me explain what's been going on in LA. Number one, all the LA gangsters, I don't know what's going on in LA. Maybe they don't sell enough drugs being in these gangs. They don't get money. They're broke. Okay? I'm sorry to say, LA gang members are fucking broke. The only way they know how to get money is podcasting. And again, there's nothing wrong with it because I get money via podcasting. But here's the problem. Most of them are unintelligible, illiterate, don't know how to have coherent ideas, points, or even make sentences. And what they oftentimes realize the intrigue about them is that they could say some shit that people would be like, well, I wouldn't know about that. What usually is that? Is talk about crimes they've committed. So the whole LA podcast scene, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I think LA is a weird scene in general. Let me just be very clear. And this is no indictment against LA, but let me speak very clearly. All you niggas that's on LA podcasting, y'all have definitely, y'all have celebrated and enjoyed this luxury of the feds and other authorities and policing bodies not giving a fuck about y'all for whatever reason. Here's the reality of it. Y'all throw up everything on y'all fingers, this and third, wear colors. If 3 niggas get shot in New York City and a nigga screaming out some subsection gang, that's a RICO. New York don't play that. That's why K-Flock locked up, Casanova 6ix9ine, they don't play that. There is no nigga that gets to say he's in a gang and that gang kills or does anything and that entire gang don't go down. Only in LA. So I've always thought because of LA, how vast gang culture is, they're impervious to what happens in other parts of the country. Okay? I'm telling you, every single gang in New York City, from GS9, the Woos, the Chews, everybody went down. They're not playing it. It's New York City. As soon as you think you popping, one of your ops get dropped, it's over. In LA, well, with all due respect, I got to keep it 100. I don't know if the LA niggas get cracking like that, but they got to. I guess so, because I see a couple of people died. Slim 400 died. Draco the Ruler got stabbed up, so I guess they do. But for the most part, LA has been a really interesting place. Y'all are the home of gangs. Y'all talk crazy about whatever. But we don't see RICO indictments. Now, you know RICO indictments are meant for the mafia, but really now it's been translated to black gangs. When you start linking yourself up with another nigga, throwing up the same symbols, calling out the same type of words and, colloquials that kind of identify y'all, this is how you get yourself jammed up, because the crime of your comrade becomes your crime. It's guilty by association. We see it in many other places. Young Thug just went through it. You tell me niggas in LA ain't claiming whatever gang they in more than Young Thug? Exactly. But from time to time, the feds do pop in and, I guess, they'll do it at times, but not often in LA. There's now a RICO complaint announced. Now, I need to explain everything to y'all, and I'm going to try to do it in layman's terms. So fuck what he was talking about. We're not going to get to the paperwork yet. Listen to my voice. I personally believe, and I'm going to tell you what I believe versus what I know as a fact, that you could know what to, if I say I believe, you could say, oh, you disagree. If I say I know as a fact, you can't disagree with actual paperwork and the facts. What I believe is that the feds fast-tracked an ongoing indictment for multiple reasons. Let me give you some details. This entire situation got started, and the feds got involved after there was a kid that got killed who they claim was by Big U. The kid made a diss song to Big U. He was signed to Big U. Big U supposedly reportedly had an altercation with the person at the studio, brought that kid to somewhere else, and then they believe at that spot, Big U shot the kid in the head. Then brought the kid's body to the side of a highway and dumped it. Okay? Now, the reason why all this is happening, and because I keep telling you the feds don't really come in and fuck with LA that much, is that it looks like Big U has been in a very interesting place. He's been a target of many things. Not only has he been going around bragging that he's like, like the Crip version of what Suge Knight is, people are looking at him to be like, yo, okay, if this is, he's been a community leader as well. So when you get to be extra OG, you get to be a community leader. So Big U was running this organization called Development Options, but was also working through what they call a grid program, where it was getting paid over like $540,000 a year. So in about a few years, he got paid almost damn near $3 million, because the program they have in LA is that the cops, it's not like these other places, like say New York. The cops are scared of the gangs. You know why? Because the gangs almost outnumber the cops. Okay? So they try to work with them to some extent. So, in some cities, they do what's called a grid program. What a grid program is that, they're going to rely on older and senior members of maybe a gang to try to restore some peace and squash the violence. And also, if there was a situation that happened, that person is going to work with law enforcement to make sure it doesn't go further. Okay? You guys can Google this. It is widely available. It's called the Grid Program Los Angeles. Okay? If you read about it, it will tell you it's a gang prevention program that hires actual older gang members, because at least in LA, there's a hierarchy. They do care about what the older heads say, as opposed to other places. And they give those people funds and resources to try to, squash violence or retaliatory shit, okay? All right. So the murder happens, allegedly. They think it's Big U, but they can't figure it out as Big U. Why can't they figure it out? So at the point, the altercation happened. The first altercation happened with the guy who died in a studio. It was Big U's studio. So apparently Big U orders for all the what do you call it again? I can't speak right now. He orders for all the security cameras to be discarded. So no one could ever find out what happened and how bad the scuffle was before the night the dude disappeared. The witnesses, whether the person who drove Big U to Vegas, because this happened to Vegas, not LA, other people that were around, whether in the studio or whatever, everyone was told, do not speak with the police. Now, it wasn't until a long time afterwards till police, did their due diligence and realized like, oh shit, they believed it was Big U. But what they did do before they got there, and you got to imagine at this point, Big U's getting millions of dollars from this grid program. They want to know if this guy's a criminal. They actually opened up what's called a Title III intercept, which is a wiretap. And they started tapping his phone. And when they tapped his phone, he clearly thought he had got off because visibly they didn't show that they were around him anymore. So he started yapping, telling them what yo, I ran down on this person, yo, I did this nigga gave me this money. And I don't know if that's fully in here.
Shoulder to shoulder.
Charge did money from that indictment. And
okay. But I do have the indictment here. And I'm going to not read through the whole thing, but I'm going to spell it out pretty quickly. So check this out. First and foremost, the reason why I think that Wack 100 affected this case, and I said it in front of him, and I'll say it to y'all, I think Wack tipped off Big U's family. This was not a grand jury indictment. This was a criminal complaint. A criminal complaint is used to, if you're charging someone with murder, that's not going to stick. You get what I'm saying? Like a criminal complaint, no. You want it to be grand jury, which means there was an actual legal proceeding where you presented evidence and they agreed with the evidence. So this was just to get Big U in custody. Well, why would they do that? Why would they need to get Big U in custody? Well, Wack 100 was online for the last 3 weeks before this got announced saying, yo, they're coming to get you. Run, 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 run. So I would imagine that that's more of a contributing factor than anything else. Okay? So cool. So it's a criminal complaint. It got filed here. And then we're going to keep scrolling down. This is a whole indictment, by the way. Now, there's some redacted pieces here. And the redacted pieces tell you that you're going to see the superseding indictment. Now, this is the purpose of the affidavit. So they're saying Big U, these other people, they're running this enterprise, and they're saying, for example, Tremaine Ashley Williams, which is Luce Cannon, he did a few things by robbing people, this and third, and they mentioned some women, all type of shit. Now, they also got a search warrant. They didn't run through his houses, and I don't know what they found, but let me explain essentially what this investigation was. In February 2021, FBI, Los Angeles Metropolitan Task Force on Violent Gangs, launched an investigation into Henley's criminal enterprise and its association with the Rolling 60s, which began investigating in 2020. It's like mafia-like. It utilizes Henley's stature and long-standing association with the Rolling 60s and other street gangs to intimidate businesses and individuals in LA. Big U Enterprise is led by Henley. Henley is a self-admitted gang member, or OG, original gangster, of the Rolling 60s, which is a violent criminal street gang with associated sets in other states. He's widely acknowledged as a leader, and apparently in the 80s he rose to prominence in his position, and he's been there ever since. During this time, he also earned a reputation of being an enforcer for the 60s. Some members of the enterprise are also members of the 60s. Henley is able to lead the Big U Enterprise because of his stand-in as the face of Rolling 60s for decades and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so the feds are painting two pictures. There's Rolling 60s and Big U Enterprise, okay? So they then say the associates of Rolling 60s and other criminal elements for mutual benefit, but the Big U Enterprise is a distinct and independent criminal enterprise engaged in criminal activity. Members and associates of the Big U Enterprise are engaged in legal activities including extortion, robbery, murder, human trafficking, wire fraud, bank fraud, other financial crimes, obstruction of justice, illegal debt collection, illegal gambling, conspiracy to commit fraud via illegal gambling, and also other offenses in furtherance of Big U Enterprise for the benefits of its members and associates. So it says forth, okay. not trying to bore you guys with details. I want to get straight to it. All right, cool. So they got a bunch of wiretaps, but let me go back to it. Just give me a second. And by the way, yes, Bricc Baby's name is in this too. But I just want to paint the picture of what the fuck the cops are claiming happened, right? So here we go. Let's start with the murder. Where's the murder? Yeah, this is a lot of shit. They got checking in stuff, whatever. Okay. So here's the murder. So in January 2021, 5 days before the murder and 3 days before, Big U and some guy drove from LA to Vegas, okay? The artist, the person who died eventually, recorded this song, which Las Vegas police obtained later. But it says, in the song, he rapped about the person who had the money, and RW would be shot in the face for thinking shit funny, okay? A reference to a 30 revolver with no trace. Based on my knowledge, blah, blah, blah. Basically said this was a diss song to Big U, claiming that Big U as the bro that makes money and that he may get shot in the face for thinking it's a lackadaisical use of okay, whatever. So they were beefing over like studio time and like studio like funds, right? It says the effectiveness of the enterprise is premiered like Big U is the most feared man in LA. Well, I thought that was Bricc Baby, but okay, Big U, cool. As such, ensuring that no one disrespects him and such perceived disrespect is met with reprehensible violence. It's a core tenet to the enterprise, and even more so when that disrespect is displayed publicly, like in front of an extortion victims. He himself stated on an intercepted call, "Can't no nigga beef with me, because if he do, I'm gonna kill him. Period. I'm going to murder him." As Robinson explained in the surreptitious recording. When Big U got out, he says, "I'm the toughest nigga, and my body of work could prove it. And you know, whatever, I'm the only nigga still killing niggas today. You niggas retired. I didn't." They understand that. So essentially, they're saying that Big U kind of admitted to being a murderer himself, right? Now, let's keep going. Because the Big U enterprise existence relies on and thrives on the fear of violence and perception is paramount, Witness 2 explained that Henley, through the Big U enterprise entity Unique Music, was using Witness 2's expensive, valuable studio to record the Big U enterprise artists for free, based on the fear and power dynamics imposed over Witness 2 by the Big U. Okay, this is just a lot of reading, bro. I mean, I get what it is. Yo, the dude made a diss song to Big U at the studio. Big U didn't think he was going to get like that, but it did. The night before the murder, Henley's phone location and date and witnesses showed that he arrived at an Airbnb. At this time, the Airbnb was staying in prior to the homicide, was in the middle of the night, and Henry, through this, was paying for the Airbnb. The surveillance footage in front of it showed that a gray or dark silver sedan arriving there and leaving shortly after. The surveillance video also showed Henley at the Airbnb. Okay, so again, we're explaining this murder before we get to like some of the juicy shit. On January 24th, 2021, the night of the murder, okay, approximately 7:04, Henley, which is Big U, arrives to the studio. According to witnesses, around 8 or 9, so now it's an hour or two. The guy who made this song about him, RW, heads to the studio, okay? And recorded the song approximately until 11, so now it's 11 p.m. On January 25th, 2021, approximately 12:37, Henley, which is Big U, left the studio in a dark gray Lexus, which he and Robertson had driven to the studio, and it was no longer the studio now, okay? At approximately 1 a.m., Henley's phones stopped reporting, which means he probably turned off his phones. Stopped reporting location data of any kind, with the last data recorded within the vicinity of the studio. At approximately 1:13, the surveillance footage at the Airbnb again revealed a dark or silver sedan arriving to the Airbnb. RW exited the passenger side of the vehicle, entered the Airbnb. A few minutes later, at approximately 1:20, he exited the Airbnb with a suitcase, put the suitcase in the trunk, got in the dark or silver sedan, which departed. The Airbnb, though, was rented for another day. RW was not set to leave until a flight was scheduled for the next day, and both of Henley's phones did not begin reporting until that date. So, chat, just to simplify it, they're saying that these guys were trying to conceal the fact that they're murderers, right? So they're saying, yo, we knew what was going on with Big U and like whoever else that supposedly killed someone, but Big U is not telling us shit. Okay? All right. So Airbnb was ready for another day. So they didn't have to leave. They said based on the investigator test drives or research from the drive to the studio and Airbnb would take about 17 minutes. After Henley's phone stopped reporting data, when they arrived in the vicinity of the studio, the dark sedan arrived with RW at the Airbnb for 15 minutes. The drive from the Airbnb to the location where his body was found was this. Give me 1 second. Chat, I don't want to read, like, it's 107 pages. I've read it all, but I do not want to bore you guys with the laborious details, okay? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Where is it at? Okay. All right. Never mind. Okay. So, just to summarize, and again, like, I know it's 1:20, and I'm still a little bit jet lagged, so I ain't trying to read through this whole thing. So I'm trying to like abridge the whole thing. Yo, feds or like the cops at this point, I don't know if the feds are involved at this point. A guy shows up dead. He was a rapper. They track it back. They realize there's no video footage of the studio. They knew it was at a studio. There was a place when looking at the suspects. Two people drove to meet the kid there at the studio. Robinson and Henley. Henley is Big U. When they start looking into both people's alibis and situations, they realized that Big U turned his phone off at a certain point. He had multiple phones. They both were turned off. Well, it only makes sense that if you took approximately that time to drive from the murder scene potentially to where the body was dumped, maybe you did the murder. Okay? So they took that. Obviously, Big U is somewhat respected. They're not trying to like do the most here. They're waiting for more information. Now, what ends up happening is that it says on one of his phones, he made a call. Witness 1 reported was set at the studio. So Witness 1, which are random people in the studio that had no idea that was none of this bullshit was going on, they're telling. Okay, so Witness 1, right? They said Big U called them, and they said, "Oh, we're just at the studio." It was corroborated by Henley's partner, Robinson's. Wait, made a call to Robinson. Okay. So Witness 1 was with Robinson, and it's corroborated because Robinson's data is still there, or like his phone is still pinging that tower. Cool. Robinson asked Witness 1 if he had seen Big U, which Witness 1 found odd since Robinson was Big U's driver and he was his bodyguard. At approximately 2:30 or 3 a.m., Henley returned to the studio alone in a dark gray Lexus, spoke with Witness 1, who reported that Henley appeared to be drenched in either sweat or water. He then told Witness 1 that he was coming back from the gym. Interesting. Imagine someone telling you at 3 a.m. they're wet, drenched from head to toe because they're coming from the gym. Okay. RW's body was found later on, approximately 9 hours later, so 9 a.m., when one of the detectives investigating the murder believed he died at the location near the side of the road. However, after they observed the roadway contained a specific or distinct patch of blood, which trailed from down the hill from the roadway, they realized that his phone data showed that he was departing LA and he was trying to get back to, he departed Las Vegas, he was trying to get back to LA. So these are the evidence from the scene. They found multiple gunshot wounds. They also found that, hold on. The responders noted that RW was not dressed for the weather, which was cold and inclement of the night. DNA was connected from RW's ankle and sock, consistent with the direction that he was being dragged with. He says his profile was not obtained. The DNA profile obtained was not complete, likely to blah blah blah. Okay, chat. I feel like I'm gonna sit here and just kind of like break all this shit down, and it's just so much stuff. So I have to summarize. This is all Big U's fault. Big U killed someone. I'm still asking myself, why did the feds open up a wiretap because he killed someone? You know what the answer to that is, chat? Big U killed someone, and the feds always been lurking in the background. Like, for example, the feds been trying to get all these guys for years, whether it's J Prince, whether it's, in this type of situation where it's like Big U or whatever. Like, a lot of these guys who they feel are operating like they're bigger than the program, okay? So that's really what people should care about. So cool. So the murder happens. It looks like the feds join in and be like, yo, we could get you some wiretaps. We're trying to catch this guy too. The state takes it. And what they find out is that they could catch him on a gun charge, so the feds take that. But what they realize over the time is that this is a really, really bad situation for Big U. Because not only did he allegedly kill someone, he's a guy who went out and he's kind of holding down this whole mantra of this West Coast and checking in shit. But the main crime that they have you for, that's going to give them all the details for the other crimes, is essentially because you're not involved. You know what I mean? And what I mean by not involved is like, the murder got everything hot, and then everybody had to ask you to do some shit, which you never did yourself. So now the wiretap that was on you told on everybody else. Now, am I saying that Big U told? No. But what I'm saying is that Big U's actions, or his alleged actions where someone got killed, is the reason why everybody's getting indicted. There was wiretaps up on Bricc Baby. There's wiretaps up on most of these guys where they know exactly what's being said. And the reason why they know what's exactly being said is because this motherfucker Big U did some shit where the police opened up a wiretap against him. You know? So, by the way, here's the thing too.
Attorney Joe McNally, for any questions, follow up.
We'll take any questions.
So, Henley is still on the loose?
He is.
Do you expect to snag him today, or is this something where he's gone?
Yeah, I think all I can say is that look, he is the leader here, and
hey, real quick, I think I missed this as well. Yo, listen, could I just shout out to my man DJ Ghost? Hey, I just want to shout out my man DJ Ghost. Thank you for the 100, my brother. Yo, DJ Ghost put me onto so much valuable information, especially, I'm usually a fish out of water when covering LA. He always told me about the parameters. He always be like, yo, Ack, yo, stay away from that, bro. Yo, Ack, yo, they're going to look at this way, bro. I love you, bro. Trust me. I love you. If I'm telling you, don't say this, they might get offended. I'm saying it with love. The reason why I appreciate my man DJ Ghost. Did I say DJ U? I said DJ Ghost, right? If I said DJ U, I'm drunk. DJ Ghost. Let me tell you why. Number one, I've always said I've respected his commentary and his reactions when it came to giving a West Coast perspective. I often shouted him out because there was a time people wanted me to give a gangster perspective, and I'm not gangster. I just can't. Like, I could try to act gangster. That's not me. So I always told people, like, I watch him. Go check out what he got to say. But bigger than that, and more importantly than that, is me having to point out that DJ Ghost is one of those few individuals that I am impressed by him that he didn't succumb to current LA culture. We have to make a stance. If y'all LA dudes still go to these podcasts, and it's not necessarily about No Jumper or whoever, because some of y'all doing it on y'all damn own podcasts. But if y'all are in there talking about these street activities, and y'all are really like just being mad expressive, and y'all are like, at this point, I had this like little small back and forth with Wack. You'll see it on the Adam and Wack show. And I said, Wack, you super smart you're smarter than the average gang member, bro. Like, I've seen you talk to niggas, doubt their credibility that they had to drop or admit to crimes they did. And then after they do that, you still gaslight them where they almost got to like say some shit that nobody would need to know. And they're telling on themselves. I think y'all LA dudes, if you've been in the gang, respectfully, y'all need to learn how to use these platforms and stop politicking for a check. I'm going to use Bricc Baby as an example. I think Bricc Baby is one of those examples of people who went to No Jumper and realized quickly that plebs and random No Jumper fans were more interested in him, not if he had talent as a broadcaster, but could he tell some hood stories that could intrigue them? Now, I think that's what Adam saw his worth was. I think Adam got a friendship with him over time, but probably started paying him more or whatever. After speaking with Wack, again, you're going to hear it on the Adam and Wack show. If you did all that, they're saying that if you catch a RICO, a lawyer going to charge you upwards of $100,000. Let me ask you a question. Y'all think Bricc Baby was making $100,000 at No Jumper? That's why I'm confused. I get that some of y'all want to be a personality, but what happens when you get locked up? That's the confusing part for me, if you don't know. Okay? All right. Let's give me 1 second. Like, for example, this. Look at this, chat. Like, yeah, y'all have to see this. Hold on. And by the way, no shape or form am I blaming this on it's no way, shape, or form I'm blaming this on Adam or even Wack, but it's like, bro, like, wait, let me see if I can find the clip. This right here is some of the, I ain't gonna lie to you, fuck good cop, bad cop. Look at
timing. So
yo, I want you to look at Wack 100 Face's entire clip.
And I'm on a phone. He FaceTimed me. So he FaceTimed me and stuff like that. He was like, Nipsey just got killed. I'm like, 6 I didn't hear that. So I hang up with him. I called Nipsey and I'm like, Nipsey, what's up? He was like, oh, what's up with it?
Nipsey answered.
Nipsey. I got it. By the way, this is how you know No Jumper even feels some accountability. They took down the clip. They took down the clip later on. No Jumper, Wack 100, Luce Cannon. I gotta try to find that clip. That's an epic clip. It's a throwback clip still. But I think they took it down from their first interview. Is it this? Nah, it ain't this. It gotta be Wack wearing this outfit. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. So basically, it's like, cause he'll be like he'll manipulate things. Like we'll go and do something, and the same niggas we do it to show up to the house like 10 minutes later when we trying to counting everything, right? And we be like, how the fuck they get that? Oh well.
Now, this is why I think Wack is so smart. Wack fell out with Big U, and ever since then, Wack started aligning himself with Crips, who were down to go against the Crips for him just because of his issue with Big U. Like, with all due respect, I think Luce Cannon did a lot of heavy lifting for Wack. But here's the thing. I think Wack is thinking on 4,000 IQ level. Wack wasn't trying to go war in the streets with Big U in the Rolling 60s. You know what he was going to do? Use people to discredit them, to pick with them. And look what ends up happening. This guy gets locked up. His big op, Big U, gets locked up. And even the guy at No Jumper who was saying he wanted to see Wack for the Faith, Bricc Baby, got locked up. Just watch. I'm telling you. This is why I'm very happy I'm Wack's friend. This is a sinister nigga, bro.
We're going to just give him like $40,000 back and stuff like that. But because it's actually...
By the way, I do want to point this out real quick. What this guy's describing... Look, here we go. Hold on. We're going to get there. Hold on. Give me a second. The podcast we're seeing, chat, is listed verbatim in the indictment. Now, I want to be very clear because, I'm not anti-Adam. Adam's my guy. I'm also not going to lie on him or try to protect him. It's just is what it is. Adam isn't creating these indictments. Here's the problem. You have gang members going up there, and the police knew these things already, but it's different when they say it. You see, here's the thing. We spend all this time talking about, so what Young Thug rapped about, I might shoot at your mommy's house. And I know he did say he was going to shoot at wife and Lucci's mommy's house and his mama's house got shot up, but it's all coincidence. Bro, at least that's music. When y'all on these podcast mics, it will not be seen as art. It's going to be seen as a stone cold confession. I want to put that out there. You see, musicians get to say, oh, no, well, we're rapping about our friend's life. As you podcasters, now, not saying that couldn't work. Oh, I'm playing a character, whatever. But that's not the easiest thing for people to actually believe, and you're probably just going to get indicted. So here, Williams later admitted to this robbery. Look. So they're saying it was an actual robbery. According to Victim 1. Victim 1 arrived at Henley's Arlington premises. Other robbers were there. And the proceeds of the robbery, like Henley told the victim, that's how you rob yourself. He demanded $10,000 from the victim to ensure other robberies didn't occur. Henley also told directed Victim 1 to identify the other businesses and dispensaries that could be similarly robbed and assured him that Big U Enterprise would compensate him for identified any robberies. He then provided a portion of the robbery proceeds back to the victim. Williams, which is Luce Cannon, later admitted to this robbery on the Aftermath of the podcast, on the No Jumper podcast, after stating that Williams was Henley's right-hand man. Williams explained, so basically he'll manipulate things. We'll go and do something, and then the same niggas we do it to show up to the house like 10 minutes as we trying to count everything, and we be like, how the fuck? Well, we just gonna give him 40,000 back. Wack 100, who's a rival, was also on the podcast and stated, you know why he wanted to give the dude back the 40, right? Because he was gonna make dude give him 20 for getting it back. Luce Cannon says, of course. He did that too. Two famous rappers. Then they're gonna get into the whole Meek Mill and Rick Ross shit, but let's see if that's accurate.
Knowledge back and stuff like that, but because it's actually putting us in paperwork, right?
Here we go.
And like doing like same niggas we because he'll be like he'll manipulate things. Like we'll go and do something, and the same niggas we do it to show up to the house like 10 minutes later when we trying to counting everything, right? And we be like, how the fuck they get that? Oh, well, we're gonna just give them like $40,000 back and stuff like that. But cause it's actually putting us in paperwork, right? And like doing like real police shit. I seen the nigga get like 20 guns, and when he got 20 guns, he's selling them to the homies.
Yo, Wack looking at this nigga like, I cannot believe you're saying this shit right now.
But I'm like, why are you writing down the serial numbers? So it's like he was doing like shit like that, and I didn't catch on. So it was like I'm waking up now. You get what I'm saying? Because
I'm high tech shit.
I'm his right hand man. You get what I'm saying? So when it came down to like dirt and stuff like that, I'm gonna get it. You get what I'm saying? And then like one day,
you know why he wanted to get a dude back to 40, right? Because he was gonna make dude give him 20 for getting it back.
Of course.
And kept you out of it.
Of course. He did that to
yeah, so this Luce Cannon, he
did that to Meek Mills and Rick Ross.
RR, Rick Ross. MM, Meek Mill.
What'd you do to them?
So,
the club, when you sweated them in the club?
Yeah.
Dude, and Meek and Rick have no idea that Draw sent you at him.
Yeah. No, yeah, they sent that because I called Ross. I'm like, Ross,
boy, this shit getting crazy.
Drop off the 50,000 and we're going to let Meek live on crib. So Ross dropped off the 50,000. And so me and the homies, we go back. He stopped answering the phone. He stopped picking up and shit like that. And we were like, what you doing? Like 2 days later, he called me. He was like, oh, nephew, where you at? And I'm like, nigga, where my money at? And he was like, oh, I needed it for bills. I needed it for... I'm like, what? Like, cause that's some weird shit. And then he stopped answering the phone because I'm trying to pull up on him. Like, bro, you got to come and see me.
So all these incidents are kind of like lined out in this whole thing, right?
And then it's like we were doing a TV show. Like,
so I wonder if they boxed me.
Okay. So that's one of the things that they're mentioning. Now, there's a part where they're mentioning another thing. And, you know, so there's a whole thing supposedly where Wack 100 clashed at a parking lot with the 60s like 2 years ago.
What's good, man? About this video now.
Here we go here. All right. Here's Wack 100.
By the time they get past me and realize it's me, they all on the passenger side. Most niggas would have got on the gas. I'm 75 deep in this bitch. I jump out with big nuts. They see what's going on. Nigga, what we doing? It's 3-4 of them niggas right, but it's in their skidding jeans. You can see, they still about 70 yards from where they want to think they gonna catch me at on the other side of the parking lot. So I ran into them and disrupted their little play. So now it's me and 20 of them. I tell them, I'm only gonna be able to kill about 9 of you niggas. If any of these niggas with some guns in their pockets got some heart, they'll get to it. Y'all winning alone, but I'm going to kill 9 of you niggas. What we doing? They leader is there. I tell them, I'm going to kill you first, nigga. What we doing? It's a nigga named Bang on this shit being Goodburger. Think that's his name. I don't know him, but I didn't realize he was there 15 yards behind me in the car. He the one got the footage. He watched the whole shit. So it was 20 of y'all wanted me. One of y'all was supposed to die about it, my nigga. That's where it goes since y'all come to get me. But I seen a nigga take the phone out. I said, please record this and put this out. One, it's going to make it look like what I always say, just going to be a bang out. Two, If I kill about 10 of you niggas, I got action at a good case.
Okay, so we talked about this not too long ago. Let's see if we could bring up the video, right? So apparently Wack 100 went to a show with Kanye West and I think The Game, right? Wack 100 show Kanye. Yeah, let's see if we can find it. We played it on here before. It was this, right? So The Game was performing. Wack was off on the side of the stage. If you don't know, that's Wack right here. And then Kanye is right here. What ends up happening, Wack leaves this. Supposedly there was a punch fired in the back of the stage back here. Some people claim Wack got punched on, but I mean, he came back out where you could see him and he didn't look like he was bothered or nothing. So I want to say he didn't get punched. Anyway, he was bringing Kanye through the crowd and somehow, somewhere, he was confronted later on in a parking lot where supposedly the Rolling 60s, a bunch of them, including their leader, Big U, was trying to do something to Wack. Wack supposedly pulls out a gun, tells them, yo, let's all die here. If I'm gonna shoot you first, Big U. And no one ended up getting shot. Wack eventually left. But let me. She loved my way through. Mama named me that. Okay, you can't really see much there. I'm trying to find that actual clip. Wack 100. Wack 160s. We had pulled it up before. I can't find it again. Chat. Okay. This was it? Okay, yeah.
Get down over there. He's there with some bloods. And content, who got the content? We got the content. Because he lied with his, you ain't really
So it's the game right here.
show anything Luce Cannon got to say.
And supposedly somebody gets punched, but you don't really see it. We got to find the bigger footage to kind of see it. Anyway, Wack supposedly leaves. There was an altercation in the parking lot, but we don't get to figure out what it is. We just get to hear these like snippets of them talking about what happened. This is Wack's detail or account of it. By the way, before we get to Wack's account, this was written in the indictment. Now, in reality, it doesn't say this is true or not, but apparently Big U had a different take on the situation because he was bragging on the phone, wiretap phone, to someone. He says, yo, there's 15 or 20 niggas with us with hoodies tied down. I got my hoodie on all black, tied down too. She like, boom, she jumped in a car, paid for blah, blah, then took off. Then boom, this nigga, I guess he's talking about Wack, screaming, yo, my wife draws. Now, draws is, draws is Big U. So my wife draws. He says, I see you, Eugene, which he's calling by his government. I see you, Eugene Henley, I see you. He's screaming all that. He got his blower, which means his gun. He got his blower out, but he's fucked up because nobody's around. We like, bitch ass nigga. I'm like, yeah. He's like, man, I die here, whatever. Don't do this. My wife and kids in a car. Draws. Don't do this. So according to Big U, he says Wack called a plea. This is Wack's detail of the story.
If I kill about 10 of you niggas, I got action at a good case. So nigga, let's get to it. It's a Mexican standoff. It's your move. It's 20 of y'all. I can't move. I got to hold my fort. But that picture you see me with out the car, that's because I got out the car. Most niggas would have locked them doors. I'm in a red-eye Hellcat with 800 horses. Most niggas would have got through that arm, fucked the windshield and everything. Nah, that ain't what happened. So put it out.
But damn, I got one question, man.
Put it out.
Question though, brother. Why you said, nigga, you was with your family and you said, nigga, he gave you the drop. He fucked with you on some extent. And he told you.
Hey, bro, let me explain.
Okay, so it looked like he was with his family. This is 2 years ago, so it's not like this is after post-indictment where we could see the details there that Big U was talking about, because Wack's the only one that really talked about this that much. So 2 years ago, it looked like Wack was saying he was with his family.
Say something to you. I wasn't
You
talking
out
to
him
them
though.
little
Why you
niggas.
out him? Why you
Let me tell you what that
trying to
meant.
look out for you and your
Hey,
family?
let me tell you what that meant. I'm setting the playing field. He know about mine like I know about his. So I'm letting him know so I don't hear later on, I didn't know that was your family in them cars. They wasn't in my car. I'm telling him, yo, let them cars go through. Nigga, that's my family in them cars. They went through. Them cars went through, nigga. I didn't go through with them. I'm setting the playing field because if you want to make the decision to make that decision while they still there, understand ain't nothing safe no more. But if we gonna do what we always did, coming from our
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, so he's saying that his wife and kids were in another car, not his car. I thought they were in his car.
era, you gonna let them get out of it, then we get to it. I didn't jump in my motherfucking car and speed off behind my family, my nigga. I got them through. And maintain my position.
Nah, but why you throwing corrupt under the bus?
Hey, bro, what's going on?
Real, bro. It's
Hold
on,
one. Hey, listen. I know it. One question at a time. Go ahead, Ryan.
Nah, Wack, I got all that. I got you on that. All that's solid. But I'm saying you said a brother from another set, not yours, put his neck out there to let you know.
Man, fuck that nigga. He from his set. He need to be dealt with. He from them niggas set. He a snake. I'll never trust that nigga.
It ain't about trust, but you had your family and he gave you a shout out. Why would you throw him under
Bro,
the bus?
we wasn't think he just let me know for a reason. But he playing the 52 because he go on stage and act like he was on some other shit. I catch that little nigga. He ain't nothing. I know what I'm gonna do with him, but I catch up with him. I've been knowing that nigga 20-some years. I ain't too much I can do with him. The nigga's 80 pounds. He's an alcoholic.
Okay.
Hold on, fruits or fronts or whatever you.
Bro,
like
put that on pie. Bro, we only hit you about 3 times. Bro, we only hit you about 3 times. Put that on pyro, bro. That's all you gotta do. Nigga, when you came up them stairs, nigga.
Ooh, somebody's
put that on pyro.
Here we go.
Hey, look. All you gotta do.
By the way, this is caught in the indictment. Like, this is in the indictment, Chad. Right?
We ain't gotta do no yelling. We ain't gotta do none of that, bro. Put that on pyro.
Who is you, though, bro?
This is Tiny Draws, Cash.
Well, what are we talking about?
We talk about what happened when you walked up them.
Okay, so Eugene Henley, his name is Draws. There's somebody named Tiny Draws. Who the fuck is... I gotta Google gang names and shit. Tiny Draws. Who the fuck is Tiny Draws?
Yo, listen. So I come in here to listen to y'all.
You put everything else on pyro.
Oh, okay. This is it.
Stairs, nigga. Put that on pyro.
What happened?
You didn't get smacked in your head and you didn't get socked in your face.
Nigga touch me, nigga. What did you
bro?
Put
that on pyro.
Why is you nigga? You want me to
put that on pyro?
Hey, you didn't. You would
man. Put the man. Look, bro. Put that on pyro.
You would no nigga ever touch
man,
me.
look, I'm not, bro. We ain't got to do all this shit. Put that on pyro.
Drew down on.
You put everything on pyro. Put that on pyro, nigga. When you
so Big Draws, I'm guessing is Big U.
Came up them stairs, nigga. Need to smack you in your head.
What?
Put that on pyro.
Where you
nigga, put that on pyro. Put that on pyro. You didn't run on that stage. Nigga, and jump off.
Picture with my eyes circle
bro,
like
put that on pyro. Bro, we only hit you about 3 times. Bro, we only hit you about 3 times. Put that on pyro, bro. That's all you gotta do. You put everything else on pyro. Put that on pyro and nigga didn't smack you, nigga.
That's on your mama.
Put that on pyro. That's all you got to do.
My nigga.
Yeah, all right. My nigga, baby, you know what time it is, nigga. And this won't be the first.
Time why you on the internet?
Yeah, man, come on. You know what time it is, nigga.
If it's that
time, so this is Big U's nephew.
Why
you know what time it is.
Let me Google Tiny Draws. Is he in the indictment? Oh, he's not. There's a bunch of draws in here. No, is that Wack on her? Oh no. Yeah, it's a bunch of draws. But no Tiny Draws.
It is, my nigga. Stop all the games, bro. Stop all the internet shit. Stop the internet shit, nigga.
Why
you left the show early.
Oh, forgot
you left the show early. That shit that happened to you in the garage and the shit that happened to you on that stairway It's two
What
different
happened
incidents,
to me in the
nigga.
garage? Just see if you tell the
Nigga,
truth.
the two things that happened to you, you got caught
What
in the
happened
garage.
to me in the garage?
You got caught backstage, nigga. Two different incidents,
What
nigga.
happened to me in the garage?
Come on,
I
my
didn't
nigga.
get
And
caught
Corrupt didn't
backstage,
tell you nothing. You won't hear capping, nigga.
What happened to me in
Corrupt
the
didn't call and
garage?
tell you nothing. You
Hey, bro,
capping. Because Corrupt was
answer
on
what
that
happened
stairway
to
right
me.
with us, nigga.
Tell me what happened to me in the
Okay,
garage.
we came down the stairs. You was coming up the stairs. You was with Kanye West, wasn't you? He had just walked off stage. You thought you was about to walk the nigga upstairs. We met right there at the stairway. We didn't say no words. We cracked you in your head on neighborhood crib, nigga.
You ain't
Yes or no?
crack shit,
Put that
nigga.
on
What are you
Pyru.
talking about?
Put
You
that on
just blew your
Pyru. That didn't
shit up.
happen.
It
Put
was
that on
15
Pyru. That
niggas
didn't
back
happen.
there, bro. How you
Put that on
cracked me and
Pyru.
then
That
rushed
bro.
me?
I'm not doing all this weird shit. Put that on Pyru
Okay,
though.
so you said that happened on the stairs, so watch it. What happened in the
It
garage?
happened on the stairs, nigga, and then
So
you
what
ran
happened
to
in the
the
garage
stage.
then?
You, the tall nigga with the
I'm
penalty.
trying to establish something.
Man, look.
What
Go ahead,
happened in
bro.
the garage?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Go ahead. Get your lies
That's my
off.
point, little bitty.
You ain't
a
put
little
nothing on
kid.
Pyru though. That's on Pyru
Hey,
you
bro,
ran,
a
nigga.
Crip, nigga. Keep Pyru out your mouth.
Nigga, I'ma keep saying it. You ain't gonna do nothing. You had the chance to do something, Mr. Standoff.
Bro, it was 20 of y'all
Come
on
on,
one.
it wasn't 20 of us, nigga.
On my mama, it was 20
Nigga, you was talking about the parking garage, nigga.
How many of it was
Come
it,
on,
nigga?
man. It wasn't 20 of us, my nigga.
How many niggas was it before I put the
Bro,
video?
it wasn't
Put that
20
on
of us,
Rolling
my
Sixes,
nigga.
it
Stop the
wasn't 20.
lies, bro.
Put that on 6-0, I let
On
the video
6-0
go.
wasn't 20 of us, nigga.
So it wasn't 20 niggas in the garage.
No, it was not 20 niggas in that motherfucker.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. Feds gotta love Clubhouse and they gotta love like podcasts that's just talking all this shit.
In venue. It was not 20 niggas in that venue.
20 niggas in that garage.
It was not 20 niggas in that venue,
I want to make
bro. You
this clear
weird,
because
bro.
I will release this footage.
Yeah, release it.
So it wasn't
Release it.
20
You
of
always
y'all
talk
in
about
the
what you gonna
garage.
release. Just like you said you was gonna release something on Nip. You weird,
Was it
nigga.
20 of y'all? Hey,
Man, look, bro. Ain't nobody got time for all these weird ass shit. You keep up this internet shit, and we gonna keep hollering at you in the streets.
Are you saying the
Classic Wack? Wack about to sidestep the fuck out of this nigga.
You keep this internet shit up, and we gonna keep hollering at you in the streets.
You ain't finna holler at nothing.
Man, all right. We done hollered already, and it wasn't how it's supposed to go. We done hollered already. That was the wake up show.
Why didn't you?
That was the way you left the venue early. Ask your audience. Tell Blueface to put that on Schoolyard. Tell OT Genesis to put that on Long Beach. Tell nigga your artist Game came to Deja Vu and came to the strip club with the Rolling 60s after we did that to you.
This shit is hilarious, man.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Did Game come to Deja Vu?
I don't know what
Did Game come to Deja Vu and party with the Rolling 60s?
Game was already booked for Deja Vu. He was going in with
who you think booked him?
You
weirdo. Who you think booked him, weirdo?
You didn't book him. So
who you think booked him, weirdo? You know
did you look me in my eyes
you
when you
know
came in the venue?
And you got smacked.
Did you look me in my eyes
and got
when you came
smacked.
in the venue?
On 6, I looked you in your eyes and you got smacked.
Did you say something?
Man, I smacked you. It was no words.
When you walked in that venue, did you say one word to me?
Go get your little tall black friend that pump fake that saved your life.
Did you say one word to me when you looked me in my eyes?
What happened after we socked you?
Face to face, you didn't.
What happened after we socked you? You said a nigga swung on you. You stood. You had a standoff. What happened after that?
Bro, didn't nobody swing on me down there.
Bro, you on 6-0 grip. You said a nigga swung on you. It came out your mouth.
What are you talking about, bro?
Man, come on, cuz. You know what time it is.
Was you in the
can't
garage?
Play these little, you can't play these little narrative games with me.
Was you in the garage?
You can't play these narrative games with me, bro.
You the same nigga I looked at you dead in your eyes when you walked
in.
Bro,
you got smacked, bro.
Ask this nigga
you got
when you walked in the
bro.
venue. Hey, bro, you didn't want to.
Bro, you got put that on Pyru.
My nigga.
Put that on Pyru, you didn't get smacked.
Pyru out your mouth, bro.
Put that on Pyru, you didn't get smacked.
Pyru out your mouth.
I don't give a fuck about none of that. Put that on Pyru, you didn't get smacked, nigga.
Hold on. There's a moderator. Hold up, brother.
Man, bro, a nigga ain't with this clown shit. Tell that nigga.
That man keep telling you to put it on Pyru, bro.
Hey, bro,
Put that on Pyru, we didn't smack you, nigga.
Bro. Hey, bro, that nigga's an enemy. Hey, that nigga's an enemy. He can't, hey, bro. He can't force me to put nothing on my set, bro. It don't work like that.
Shut up, Buster.
I scream it when I want to scream it.
You know I'm gonna make me scream too. Stop running, nigga. You talk about you was with your wife and kids. The nigga said that he was in a BMW truck parked right behind you, nigga, and said you was solo bolo. Which one is it, nigga?
Wife and kids were in 2 different cars, you stupid
man,
ass nigga.
Shut up, nigga. You
Are
lying.
You stupid or something?
You lying.
Are you dumb or something?
How young back?
Go ask your uncle if he didn't see my daughter.
How young back? Let's talk about it a little back.
Oh, so this is a tiny draws nigga. Okay.
Another story we gonna talk about later.
What's the other boss got to do with something?
I'm talking about that paperwork. Nigga, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
You saying I'm on paperwork?
Yeah, bro, am I lying? Put that on Pyro, you not.
Wax on paperwork?
Put that on Pyro, you not.
Put that on 6-0 Wax on paperwork.
Crip, nigga, you on paperwork. Put that on Pyro, you not.
He put it on 6-0
Put that on Pyro,
on episode 60.
Man, put that on Pyro that you're not on that case.
Produce it.
Put that on Pyro that you're not on that case.
You know I'm the one got told on,
Put that on Pyro.
Okay, so now it kind of now makes sense. So Clubhouse, all these situations, it's an extension of all this West Coast beef, right? Now, the way we could kind of figure this out is like, yo, here's the thing. Just search Wack 100 name up in the indictment. You'll realize that his name comes up multiple times because Big U really didn't like what Wack 100 was saying on Clubhouse, especially about him. 6/5/2022, a consensual recorded call in between Robinson and Henley where he demanded Victim 1 to stop to do business with Big U Enterprise because he was a rat, okay? We got to figure out who Victim 1 is. Then it says 11/15/2022. In talking to a former Pro Bowler, Henley stated he was going to beat the shit out of Witness 2 for starting shit between Henley and Wack, okay? Then it says Henley, and this is in December, it says he needed to break Wack 100's jaw. And then 1/12/2023, he described needing to beat the fuck out of Wack again. And yeah, so clearly they didn't fuck with Wack. This is why this conversation's happening.
Pyro that you didn't make statements.
None of them cases.
Put that on Pyro, you didn't make statements. Put that on Pyro.
Get in there.
That means you should be able to produce
Bring the paperwork
now, Frank.
You put that on 6-0. Now you gotta bring the paperwork.
You know what's coming, Wack. You know exactly what's coming.
Bring the paperwork. Hey, bro.
You know exactly what's coming back.
Hey, bro. It's a book called Murder Rap. Watch this.
Man, come on, bro. You know what time
I'm gonna do y'all a favor. It's a book
you
called
can't
Murder
put that on
Rap.
Pyro,
Go to
nigga, this
your
back. You can't put that on Pyro, you didn't make no statements.
It's a book.
Put that on Pyro,
Murder
bro.
Rap by Greg Caton.
Man, I don't care about none of that.
Hold on. Go to the...
Interesting. So we get to find out that Luce Cannon, like, you know, whether him telling stories or this story, which, you know, I guess kind of existed before Wack told it because Wack and Big U have their own versions of it. These things really do matter in terms of the people who are really the benefiting off of it or they're involved with it. So this is why we're seeing these indictments, man. Yeah, give me 1 second. Some people believe that they believe this was a video that was Wack. It doesn't show Wack with no type of weapon or nothing. But apparently he was holding something. And then later on, this is Wack Online.
Knock it off. Knock it off. Niggas, it's weird, bro. I don't mind you telling the truth, but stop lying, nigga. Cut the lies out. 20 niggas, I ain't nothing. Knock it off. Stop lying, nigga. Fuck out of here. Standoff is not an altercation, my nigga. Niggas burnt out. Niggas know what time it is. I ain't gonna keep speaking. No, niggas know what it is. Knock them lies out to my nigga. You know what what I'm saying? We should have took the video and showed the whole surroundings and showed what it was, my nigga. I'm gonna leave it like that. Knock it off. It's 1:20 in the morning, nigga. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with me. Niggas talking about you stomp me out, some pay out shit, rush me and all this sort of shit, my nigga. One swing and a square off is not a rush, nigga. Fuck out of here with that shit. Niggas knock that shit off, bro. Leave it where it's out. Weirdo talking about and go grab what the reality is, nigga. Knock it off. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's kind of get back to this indictment. This indictment's all over the place. I know some of y'all do care about Bricc Baby. Let's go to where Bricc Baby is actually involved. So Bricc Baby was actually accused of doing kind of the same things that other people were accused of doing, including Luce Cannon, which is, you know, pretty much taking money from people or kind of helping the extortion campaign, and then, you know, figuring out how much money goes to Big U. So it says the United States District Court, basically, they had telephone intercepts for people, including Henley, Robinson Martin, and Zaire Mitchell, which is Bricc Baby. So Bricc Baby had his phone tapped, right? Your Bricc Baby, you called me on that phone, my nigga. Like, I hope, well, I don't talk about crime. So the court also authorized the interception of audio and visual and nonverbal conduct via closed circuit television. Okay. Cool. Let's find the next thing about Bricc Baby. So it says, I heard, okay. So this is just a whole bunch of shiciness going on. Another intercepted call, Mitchell, which is Bricc Baby, and Big U coordinated how Mitchell would give Big U the proceeds from a robbery that Bricc Baby did. Big U and Bricc Baby were talking about how much money should go towards Big U. Then in multiple other intercepted calls and text messages, Big U talked with Blanton and Robinson to help Henley collect from Bricc Baby's associate. Talking about Mitchell, Blanton says they robbed a nigga for some shit. They made a nigga call his plug, then they booked him. Talking about further splitting the proceeds, Big U told Blanton, I'm going to grab half of whatever he got them. I'm going to give it to Vay, and Vay could bring the rest to you. Okay, so these guys were caught on Wiretap basically explaining and trying to break down and argue about who gets the money, when they get the money. Not only is this money kind of like, it's kind of like obtained illegally, but none of this money is supposed to, you know, the money's obtained illegally, right? But everything with them breaking it down, like they're doing it on a phone, which is being wiretapped, okay? So it's a bunch of extortion. So we get to find out that Big U was all about extortion. Now, what people found out, and let me see if I can find like a succinct video for this. Big U, it was Shaq and Draymond Green. Oh, fuck. Let me just search it. So Shaq and Draymond Green were part of the people who were being extorted. Okay? I don't know if, I think people figured it out. Let's see.
It's looking like Nipsey.
Crimes including extortion, human trafficking.
By the way, here's the thing too. You want to know what's ironic? If you go to Shaq's Instagram, right? Go to Shaq's Instagram and just keep scrolling down. 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 Wait, hold on. Oh. Fuck, hold on, let me see if I can find it. Maybe he deleted it. Did he delete it? Oh. Wait. No. It's right here. Hold on. Now, I'm gonna, because I like to stay out of LA business, I'm gonna allude to certain shit. But if you go back to December 20th, Shaq has a tweet that says, please continue to vote for Dayan Henley, LA Chargers linebacker, for the next 3 days. If you don't know who this is Big U's son. Now, here's the reality about this. I keep telling y'all, Shaq has somehow fooled the world with it's like, I like this. Yo, this is my deep voice. I'm super. Shaq been a nigga who been playing in the streets. It was alleged that Shaq was trying to get a couple niggas knocked off while he was a Laker. I don't know if people realize that. Shaq has been playing in the streets, and I think it's because of his personality and also his likability. There's a whole case about that where Shaq was actually not named and the other people were actually named and charged, right? But essentially the whole story goes, Shaq was playing in the streets. Shaq was getting niggas touched. Facts. You get what I'm saying? Now, it makes sense that if Shaq, who's a basketball player and a Laker at that point, is starting to meddle in the streets, at some point you start dealing with the niggas who really play in the streets. And they might be like, yo, it's not even like extortion. It's just kind of like, it's like, yo, bro, you got to show us some love. How you show them some love? You got to go donate to us. We're going to use that money for whatever, but that big-ass salary, you got to donate some of it. What we get to find out is that Shaq was one of the people. And by the way, chat, what I said is not made up. Shaq, there's a lawsuit filed. Shaq told me to kill people. Just think about this. I'll read it for y'all. Shaq requested and directed his former friend to kill several people. This is where you realize, Shaq was a Laker at that point, beloved. This shit never came out at that time. You get what I'm saying? Imagine finding out that LeBron is trying to get a nigga knocked off in LA. But because it's LeBron, it doesn't come out till like 8 years after he retires. Shaq requested and directed his former friend to kill several people, including a gang member and a record producer and a woman he impregnated. Like, that's literal murder for hire. Those are shocking allegations in a new lawsuit. Shaq's former pal, an ex-gang member, is suing Shaq for allegedly masterminding plot to have him kidnapped by other gang members. Now, granted, this is a civil suit, and there's probably just not enough for like a criminal, but this went under the radar. You know why? Because people are like, nah, his friend is probably just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Like, Shaq isn't that type of guy. But I'm going to be honest with you. You know what people talk? They say Shaq played in the streets. They say Shaq has played in the streets since he was a Laker. Like, there's certain people that are NFL athletes or basketball players that you don't know. You know who they said play in the streets too? Marvin Harrison. They said Marvin, not Junior. That's his son. Marvin Harrison. Search his name up and search on murder. But here's the thing. With this nigga, when he played in the street, like, he was so quiet and likable. Everybody, I'm a Colts fan. We all loved him. We're like, nah. He doesn't even fit that characteristic to do that type of shit. Like, a nigga like Aaron Hernandez had like tattoos over his fingers. He throwing up all these signs. Marvin Harrison was like, yeah, it's like, no, what? But these were guys that supposedly played in the streets. I'm going to be honest with you. Some of these NFL athletes and NBA athletes, they play in the streets. Look, Marvin Harrison accused of murder in 2010. Look. There was a whole thing about the look.
In 2008, on the corner of 25th, but he could see the gestures of threat and counter-threat. The fat man would stay in his car and called somebody on his cell.
Yo, all I'm saying, niggas, y'all be thinking these athletes are just choir boys. So that's what I'm saying. When I see Shaq's name and Big U's name, I say, Now, I think I found the video where they're going to talk a little bit more about Shaq and Draymond Green as well was getting extorted.
trafficking, fraud.
Not really. They don't call it extortion because it was like donations. Extortion's like, give me this money or else you're getting robbed. These guys seem like they were willingly contributing, maybe for protection, maybe for muscle. We don't know.
And the murder of a rapper in 2021. But this same man, Eugene Henley, is known throughout the Los Angeles community. He's been involved with work, including youth charities, and the feds say he did it all to further his own criminal enterprise.
Wow.
He has maintained the image of an entertainment industry entrepreneur running a music label and of somebody who gives back to the community here in Los Angeles, funding a South LA-based charity, developing options, which purports to help at youth.
So that's what the embezzlement part is, right? So Big U found a way, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I see why Big U wanted to get Wack 100 out of here. Because Wack 100 used to be really cool with Big U. If you've never seen